Let the games begin. Bring forth the runners.
Hello everybody, welcome to Gauntlet Runner. This is a D&D campaign of hardcore dungeon runs. I am your game master, Esper. Today's contender is none other than Wally DM. Hello Wally, how's it going?
It is going great at this moment in time. Thank you very much for having me, Esper. I appreciate it.
Glad to have you, always a pleasure to game with you. Everyone, Wally's channel is linked down below. It's called Wally DM, and he features all kinds of tabletop role-playing game adventures, advice, and with a particular enthusiasm for puzzles.
Yes.
And who's your character?
Today I will be playing under the 2024 D&D rules an orc druid by the name of Grim. Now Grim's official title is Grim, One of Many. He is a champion of Sakashima the Replicator. Grim is actually a clone, so if Grim dies, Sakashima brings forth another Grim.
Well, you know, that probably won't have to happen, so let's...
I'm hoping not.
Let's not worry too much about the replications. And you are a second level orc druid, is that right?
That is correct, yeah.
Okay.
Second level orc druid. And one of the distinguishing features of Grim, since his patron is this blue dragon Sakashima, is he has these cobalt blue eyes. And he has a fascination with the color blue, sometimes to a fault.
So you've come here at the behest of your dragon patroness to seek fortune and glory for her.
Yes, I am here to claim a blue item in her honor.
And you already achieved victory. You and your squad were victorious in the previous dungeon, Conflux Crucible. So you've got maybe a little bit of extra confidence in your stride.
A little bit of extra confidence, but no blue treasures to take back. And here I am.
Not yet, at least. Not yet. We'll see what you can find. And for everybody who's watching, Gauntlet Runner is currently on Kickstarter. Check out the link down in the video description. Go and back to Kickstarter. You can get the book and other bundles if you're interested. Show some support and get access to these perilous and stylish and mastercrafted dungeons. I look forward to seeing you there. All right, Grim, we begin.
Yes.
You are walking through a trench. You're being escorted by Bazagonian soldiers, and their cloaks are flowing behind them. And up at the top of the trench walls, you see onlookers pressed at the side, and they're watching the Gauntlet Runners being led to this big structure. And one of the guards points and says, "Grim, you're up now. This way."
All right. Grim will take his blue dragon scaled binder that he was writing in, maybe a few last words or maybe a few ideas, fold it up gently, put it in his backpack, look up, nod, and move forward.
Okay, you move forward. You proceed following the soldiers to the trench. The onlookers are shouting different things. Some of them throw stuff at you. You're an orc, so you get some scowls and a number of heckles. But not everyone. Some people, they know about your victory in Conflux Crucible. Now, of these spectators, let's call them, really only the wealthiest of them truly will be spectating. They'll be watching from the scrying pool. Everyone else, all the masses of people, they'll be hearing the account later from the bards. And so you pass by this cheering and also jeering crowd up atop the trench walls, and then you're led inside one of the big compound structures. And these soldiers take you down a flight of steps, and then down another flight, and down you go. So you must be coming to some very low chamber. And so you come into this holding room in this low place, and there the Labyrinth Lord appears before a set of large stone doors.
Runner, I recognize you. You are named Grim, are you not?
I am Grim.
You look up at the Labyrinth Lord. He's rather tall. He has long, pale hair and this flowing robe and his staff with the Labyrinth icon at the top. This dungeon that you are about to face is known as Algophobia. Your goal is to make it all the way through the dungeon within 4 hours' time. The exit is at the top, so whenever it is possible, I advise you to go up. There are potential...
Grim, go up.
Go up when you can, Grim. There are potential sanctuaries that you can find, but that is going to be up to you and your cunning. You know that sanctuaries are areas where you theoretically can take a short rest. Otherwise, if you linger around in an area, you try to rest outside of a sanctuary, it's not going to work. It's probably a wandering monster is going to be sent to attack you. So only rest in the sanctuaries, and apparently the sanctuaries in this one aren't so obvious. You're going to have to be kind of clever to find them. There are many things that I cannot tell you about this place. You will have to experience them for yourself. You may find yourself asking at some point, why is a place like this allowed to exist? Know that I myself asked that same question, and the Mythal Emperor did as well. In a before time, when we went through a trial much like this one. Guardsmen, open the way. The guards haul open the heavy stone door. On the other side is a stairway rising to some sinister place.
Grim steps forward.
Your time has come, Grim. May the Mithril Dragon grant you courage.
Grim only like Blue Dragon.
And then you go through and they shut the door behind you. Quite a sinister looking place that you see here ahead of you. The architecture is rather infernal, and the air is a bit of a brimstone scent. There are some wall supports, and they have a, like a scythe shape to them, very severe architecture. Here you see heavy chains, many of them. They're hanging down, forming a curtain of chains. This is a brazier with a red flame.
Okay.
And then the chamber ahead looks like some kind of torture chamber, complete with an iron maiden. And there is a tall, devilish man. And he is not looking towards you. He is actually looking into the open mouth of the maiden face, which is basically like a viewing hole. So he's looking into the Iron Maiden, whispering some kind of sadistic, tormented phrases to whoever's inside, and you hear a man inside. Please be done with this.
May I ask, what do the walls and the ceiling of this place look like?
Masonry, and they have an infernal sort of architecture to them. The ceiling is 15 feet high. Okay.
Grim is going to he's going to immediately wild shape into a tiny spider. He's going to climb the walls up to the ceiling, and he's going to track along the ceiling.
All right, I'm going to continue with the Grim token, though I've shrunk you down quite a bit, but we can understand that you are in the form of a spider that's like maybe smaller than a person's hand even.
Yes.
And you go creeping along, and go ahead. Where do you go?
Grim is just going to cautiously just go straight forward. So on the ceiling to right there. And then
we are not done yet.
The devil man is preparing something at a table over here, and you hear him with some instruments kind of clanking or using some tools. He's preparing something at this table.
Not again. Please, just end my suffering. Your suffering shall be long and delightful, and I shall savor every drop.
Grim not want to be that guy.
The devil, as you're creeping along, the devilish man comes with a bowl of hot coals, and he plucks them out directly with his fingers. He doesn't seem to be burned by the fire, and he begins laughing as he does this, tossing the hot coals in through the weeping mouth of the maiden, like the Iron Maiden face, which is directly into where the man is. Ah! The guy wails. Where are you creeping to?
So he's going to move up to this spot.
You can see a few more details of the room. There is an additional Iron Maiden here, which is open. And then there's another Iron Maiden, but it actually does not have a front half. It's just the back half that's open, and you can see the spikes wickedly on the inside. And you also see on the east side of the room, I guess you yourself can't actually see it yet, but Grim can probably see it. In this corner here, there are chains attached to the wall. Like shackle chains where someone might chain a prisoner to the wall. Okay. And then this looks like a stairwell, like spiral stairs going up.
All right. Grim's going to...
Let's see you dance in there.
And he tosses in some more coals. Ah!
Grim's going to continue to this corner of the room.
I would like at this point for you to make a stealth check, being that you're getting kind of close in there.
That is an 11.
Crawling at the corner of the devil man's eye catches his attention, and he looks up at you.
What is this?
He seems to take an interest in you. As he moves in your direction, what do you do, Grim?
How tall is he compared to the ceiling?
He's a pretty tall person. Maybe 9 feet tall, so he could probably reach up and collect you. Are you trying to act like a regular spider? Are you trying to get away from him? What do you
No, right now, acting like a regular spider.
Okay, so he reaches up to collect you, and he seems completely not squeamish at all about the prospect of handling a spider with his bare hands. He goes up to grab you. Okay, he grabs you up, and you're in his hands.
Yeah. I want to like crawl and be very pet-like, just kind of crawl up his arm. If I can like flip over, if he goes to grab me, kind of like flip over to the back of his hand and see if I can just get along his arm.
So you're crawling along his hand, and he looks at you with this sort of like malicious glee, and is actually bringing you over to the Iron Maiden.
I have a friend for you.
It looks like he's trying to put you inside the Iron Maiden with the man as a form of torment.
So in the 2024 rules, in Wild Shape, you can actually talk. So I would like to say to this Demon Lord, I was sent here to help.
You were sent here to help?
Yes.
To help me?
To help you.
Who sent you?
Joe.
Make a deception check.
Okay. There's a lot of Joes, so I'm like hoping that Joe's a common name in this area.
No, not at all. In fact,
no.
But that's okay.
Okay. Deception. I'm terrible at deception. Okay, here we go. Deception. Oh, look at that. 17 minus 1, 16.
The warden of Iron Lungs?
Yes.
I have not heard it pronounced that way. He has a darker streak than many know.
I'll also laugh. I'll like try to laugh at the same time, kind of laugh like, yeah.
So the devil extends you through the hole.
Have fun.
And he puts you in there. And on the inside is a man.
Okay.
And he's, gotta be in his late 50s, you would imagine, human man. Mm-hmm. He just has on a little bit of clothing and it's disheveled. And he is wounded, burned, exhausted. He's in a very bad state.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah. Well, you say that. You say that. You also notice some details about him.
Sure. What details?
There is a branding on his chest, and it is a branding of the cult of Ashmodai, who is like the prince of the fallen angels. So you seem, as best you can tell, you're in here with some kind of diabolic cultist.
Not my favorite.
What do you do anything to the man?
Does he notice me?
Oh yeah, he's like screaming in there, but he can't really move because there's spikes, and if he moves like an inch, he's jabbing himself into the spikes, so he has to hold very still.
All right, I'm going to whisper to him, I'm going to get you out of here.
His screams stop, but his breath just goes like a...
Calm. Are you a mage? Are you a fighter? Can you, if I get you out of here, can you defend yourself?
The devil is watching and, is taking apparently sadistic delight in the torments. Are you taking the time to talk to this man?
I want to whisper to him, ask if he's of any use, kind of like over to his shoulder, kind of whisper into his ear. And then ask him if he can defend himself, and then I tell him to make sure that he screams again so that he feels like he's afraid of me.
Okay, so he screams, "No!" Maybe it's an answer to your question, or maybe he's pretending that you've just bit him.
Okay, let's see here. Does he have poison? Maybe I will bite this guy.
Yeah, you do have poison. So I'll leave it up to you. You can either continue with your ruse and pretending that you're biting this
Grim's
guy.
Grim's bored of this guy. He's gonna bite him.
You're actually gonna bite him.
Yeah.
Oh my. Okay. So you actually bite the guy, and he slips into like a spider venom paralysis. And as he slumps, he kind of like sinks into the spikes a bit. Now, they obviously don't like completely run him through, but we can understand that he's unconscious and at 0 hit points.
All right. He'll then, Grim will then crawl back out, look at the big guy. I'm like, taken care of. I got to go upstairs to the next. Keep up the great work.
The devil reaches his hand inside the Iron Maiden to gather you up.
Okay.
All right.
I'll crawl and then try to get like on the back of his hand again. Put me back on the ceiling if you don't mind.
So he will set you up on the ceiling and he says,
I am Rasto the Cruel. You will know me as your master now. Await me. It won't be long before I'm back with the next one.
Sounds good. I've got it covered.
So he reaches over to the Iron Maiden and like undoes like the bar, like winches the bar on the side and hauls open the door and like slumps the unconscious man over his shoulder, this cultist who's not dead yet, but he's obviously in very bad state, and he goes to carry him up the stairwell.
Okay. And leaving me behind?
Leaving you behind.
Can I do an active perception check to see if there's anything of value around here?
Certainly.
That is a 17.
You look about, are you just looking about the room itself?
Mm-hmm. Yes, to see if there's anything out of sorts, see if there's any kind of items that would be useful, see if there's maybe glance, see if, just kind of a surveillance of the room to see if there's anything that could help me going forward.
There are a couple things just in like generally scanning over the room for a few minutes here that I can speak of.
Okay.
The first is that on the table here, there are a couple instruments of torture. So you can think of like a razor blade knife, pincers, and something that looks like a branding iron. So just a few implements of torture. The other thing that catches your eye is a little different. It's in this corner down here. Those two chains and the wall, that actually looks like those chains can be pulled, and there's a section of the wall that might be moving. You think there's more to that than just shackles.
Okay. I would like to approach that area. Okay. I would like to get a little closer, and then looking at those. So I kind of think that if I were to pull them, something would happen.
Yeah, it looks like the chains can actually be pulled, and there is a section of the wall that it's discrete with the masonry, but you think that section is made to actually move.
Grimm's gonna put that in the data bank. He's gonna start. Those stairs go up, right?
They do.
Okay. He's gonna start heading upstairs. He's going back on the ceiling, and he's gonna keep going up. Dude told him to go up.
Sure. All right. So you are in the stairwell, and you're on like the underside of the spiral staircase, taking it up. Yes.
So I'm going to go as close to the bottom of the stairwell as I can as a spider, and then just
you're gonna climb up the actual steps.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you go climbing up the steps, and they go up a lot. They go up and up and up, and they just keep going. And it looks like they go up 70 feet, and they're leading to an entirely different area that seems to be some kind of cave type room, like a big circular cave. Do you want to exit out there?
Yes.
Grim the spider, you come finally to the top of this very, very high stairwell, and you see that the stairs are exiting into a large circular cave at the top of a platform. It's a 50-foot drop over the lip of that platform, so it's this massive pit. On either side of this platform are brass devil statues, and each one is holding up an arm, all in brass. The ceiling is a bit higher here, kind of like a domed cave ceiling. There's a chain hanging from the apex of the ceiling with like a continual flame in a little, metal bowl. The north side of the cave, there's a stone door. It's totally shut, and the door frame itself is like a big devil head. So it's like going through the devil's mouth into whatever area is north of here.
So we have a devil head with a door to the north. We have two large brass statues. Is that correct?
Medium-sized
brass statues of devils. Are they wielding something? What are they wielding?
They're holding up arms. It's all in brass, so it's almost like they're holding up gauntlets, like full-arm gauntlets is almost effectively what they seem like.
Spider Grim is going to climb on the statue to his right.
Or when you move completely off the stairs, a slab slides horizontally, sealing off the stairway.
Oh my goodness gracious me. Okay. No turning back. All right. Grim will and this, you said it's about a 50-foot drop below, right?
It's a 50-foot pit down to the bottom of this.
Yeah. Okay.
If you go off of if one were to traipse off of the platform.
Yeah, Itsy Bitsy Spider Grim is going to go over and climb up one of the statues. I like the effect of that little glowing in the middle. That's pretty cool.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. Yep.
All right, yeah, you climb up the brass devil statue, and again, it's holding like a full-length arm. The arm's hollow inside, so it's almost like it's holding this full-arm gauntlet. And the two brass devils, they look identical as far as you can tell.
Okay. But everything is brass. So crawling around the statue, does it look like there's any he wants to look to see if there's like any joints or anything like where it looks like mechanically they would move, or do they look like they're pretty solid?
The fingers are articulated, so they could, like a gauntlet, one could move your hand in there. I wouldn't call that a mechanism or anything. It just has the joints.
Okay. From my vantage point, looking over across the demon head above where the door is at. The eyes, are they flickering? Are they a specific color? Anything in particular about the eyes?
The eyes are red, and I wouldn't say they're actually shedding light, but maybe they catch the light of that continual flame.
Grim is going to go ahead and drop out of wild shape. He's going to move back down into off of the statue before he does, of course. And he'll drop out of wild shape here.
You are back to your full size, your natural state.
Grim shudders a little bit. He doesn't really care for spiders, but it's what he had to do. Does he see any tracks where big guy went?
You can tell that people have been on this platform recently. It seems like lots of people have already come through this gauntlet. Was the big devil man through this way? Maybe it's a hard stone surface, so it's not so much footprints or boot tracks, just more like you can see disturbances that make it obvious that people have walked around on this platform, moved around on it.
Okay. Would it be possible to use like survival instincts or to kind of look around the edge of the platform to see if there's like one area in particular where people might have like lowered themselves down, or maybe an area kind of like walking around the perimeter of this, looking down, see if there's like any spots where someone may have fallen and left like a chalk outline of themselves.
Right here, you see there is actually a like scuff mark or even like a little imprint. It looks like someone had maybe repelled, used like a grappling hook or pitons here. And there are blood stains that kind of go along with that. Like someone fell from that same spot and hit the bottom rather tragically.
Stay tuned. I feel like I just seen a premonition in a future episode. The next thing that Grim would like to do is he'd like to cast Mage Hand, and he wants to move the sensor above him and see if it's movable, and then see if if anything happens with the eyes when he does that.
Well, it easily swings on the chain. It's just like a little thin metal bowl with an ever-burning red flame and a chain connected to the ceiling. So, it readily rattles and swings like a chain would. The eyes don't do anything on the devil head doorway.
The gauntlets, so those are arms or gauntlets at the...
Yeah, I mean, they effectively are like gauntlets because it's an arm with articulated fingers and it's hollow inside. Could
Grim stick his arm into one of those gauntlets that they're holding?
Yes.
He would like to do that, eyes closed, and kind of just kind of perceive, look at them, make sure he gets the left hand on the left side, right? Because he did that with his shoes before. He had them on the wrong feet for like an entire day, and it got him blisters. So he wants to make sure he doesn't do that with his.
Your hand is in there.
Okay, Grim, like not knowingly, he like stretches over towards the other one. Not gonna too far away.
Quite so.
Yeah. Going back, while he's got that in there, he's gonna put his shield on his back for the moment. He wants to cast Mage Hand. With his arm in there, can he pry the fingers of the statue to try to make it let go of the gauntlet?
The arm is part of the statue. They are fused together, one and the same object. Okay. But it does look like the fingers are articulated, so they are movable.
Okay. He'll move his fingers a bit and then just kind of look around to see if there's any response anywhere in the room.
Yeah, the fingers do move. It's sort of like armor. Do you do anything particularly with your fingers? Like any particular?
Yeah, motion? He'll do like the somatic components of his Mage Hand. He'll just be like, and try to, just kind of do that. Yeah, a little hand thingy.
Are they like fingers in esoteric positions? Are you clenching your fist, or what do you do?
It's like so the way that he casts Mage Hand, it's a fist clench, and then it's all open at once. It's a fist clench again, and then it's thumbs up.
Very well. When you clench the fist, there is a sound and a rumble from the north side of the room. And from the very bottom of where that door is, a bridge extends. And it reaches all the way out to the platform that you're on.
Ooh.
So, yeah, it's the same elevation, just a straight walk north to the door.
Okay. Grim takes his arm out and grabs his 10-foot pole and then blind man's across it.
Okay. So go ahead and move out along the bridge to where you would like to go.
Okay. He's going to move here. And then he's just going to go forward. With his 10-foot pole, he's got his weapon sheath. He's got his shield on his back. He's taking the 10-foot pole and just kind of stabbing in front of him, kind of tapping like if he weren't able to see, kind of a thing.
Okay. So are you saying you're like moving slowly and cautiously along the bridge?
Yes.
Okay. Put him just like a step forward, and then we're gonna do a thing.
Yay.
I'd like you to make a perception check.
Fail me now. It failed me now. Only got an 8.
You do not succeed, unsurprisingly. Mm-hmm. There is a strand of thick web that shoots at you. It actually comes from kind of from the east, from up a bit to the east. Make a dexterity saving throw, Grim.
Oh, not good. That'll be a 5.
A thick web strikes you, and you are caught up and restrained, and we're going to pause things going into initiative here.
Not good.
Okay. So you did not notice there was a spidery thing, and it became rather active when you went out onto that bridge. We're going to go to the spider's turn. I'm going to start by doing a check on a recharge roll for the web. Haha. Okay. And the spider begins making its way, climbing along. It was from a higher ledge, kind of like a cave opening. So it's a little bit higher up than where you are, but it crawls pretty readily. All right. Okay. So this is a dash. And a giant spider, is coming along this bridge towards you.
Okay.
Grim, what do you do?
Grim would like to try to break free of the restrained webs.
Mm-hmm. You're trying to rip out of them with strength?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, make a strength check as an action.
14.
Success! You burst free of the webbing and are no longer restrained.
Okay. Grim will run back onto the platform.
The spider comes crawling towards you.
Okay.
Hungrily.
At the end of that movement, he would take out his weapon and his shield.
What's your weapon?
Weapon is currently a flail.
Okay. You have a flail and a shield in hand. The spider bites hungrily.
As a spider would.
Oh, 23 to hit.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
The fangs are exceedingly painful, and they deal 17 damage to you.
Okay.
There's piercing and there's poison. Quite a bit of it. You are desperately wounded, Grim.
Damn. Okay.
Your turn.
How far away is he from the edge?
The spider's not far from the edge. Just a few feet.
He's going to cast Thunder Wave.
Okay. I see where this is going.
Yeah, that is a con 13.
Boom! You blast the spider off of the platform, and it goes flying down to its doom.
Spiders are not good at falling. Oh, Grim takes a minute. That was.
You are in a great deal of pain. Spider venom is coursing through your veins, though you are not dead.
Nice. All right, but the spider is?
Quite so. It's crumbled up there at the bottom of the pit. It fell 50 feet in addition to your thunder damage.
Okay. With that in mind, Grim is going to cast Cure Wounds.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah. That is for 13 points.
Vigor runs through you and you feel much better.
And with that, Grim will take out a torch and go forward, burning any webs that he may see.
The only webs to speak of are just the bits that are kind of stuck to you still, and maybe a few strands that fell down when you ripped it off. So am I to understand that you're like carefully burning those off of yourself? Okay.
Yes.
All right. It's messy work. You might actually singe yourself a little bit, and there's still undoubtedly a bit of strand still on you, but you do what you can. Yeah. And what are you doing now?
After that, and if he can see that there's no more of the spider webs, he'll again get out the 10-foot pole and methodically try to work his way across.
Okay, and my understanding is you're using the 10-foot pole to like poke and prod and potentially activate something. Okay. The entire bridge collapses. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah! I'm coming, spider!
Yeah. If you would, move your token all the way to the end, kind of close to the head of the door frame.
Okay.
Nothing really, blows up in your face or rouses your worries. You do notice something there at the end of the bridge, right before the devil door. The bridge itself is engraved with the words, "The blind man grovels for pity."
Isn't that weird that I said I would be prodding along the bridge like a blind man does, and then I get this clue? The blind man grovels for pity. So he'll jot that down, and then is there a door here?
There's a stone door, like a thick stony slab shut.
Okay. Could he do a perception check and maybe see if there's like any traps or arcane runes that might be encompassing the door?
Go for it.
7.
Not that you can notice.
Okay. Grim a little bit more cautious. He's actually gonna take about he's gonna take 10 feet back. And he'd like to spend 10 minutes to ritual cast Detect Magic.
Very well. So your Grim is 45 minutes into this gauntlet run. You have Detect Magic active now. You are reaching out with an arcane sight, a magical sight.
Yes.
Couple things. There is a lesser aura of abjuration on the stone door. The 2 statues as well have magic. The east statue, the one that you already interacted with, the whole statue has a faint transmutation magic. The west statue, the one that you didn't interact with, the arm, just the arm, has lesser enchantment magic.
Lesser enchantment magic?
Yes.
He's going to go back and grab that one, or he'll go back onto the platform, keeping his concentration on Detect Magic. You said the stone door was abjuration?
Yeah, lesser abjuration on the stone door.
He'll just go back to the other statue and see if it's hollow where that gauntlet is.
It is.
Okay. He'll put his arm in that one.
Okay, you put your arm in it, and a couple things are immediately noticeable. This gauntlet is actually not part of the statue. It's not fused to it, so you can like freely move your arm off. The second thing is that the arm actually attaches to you. It fuses onto your arm. So now that's what is that? Your left arm. I guess the other one's a right arm. Your left arm now has a brass gauntlet fused onto it. And you feel... I hope it's cool. Well, you do feel a bit of a rush of power, like of domination. You feel that you could clench your fist and focus your ire upon a target and harm them at a distance. but there's also a bit of a dreadful prickle that runs down your spine.
Okay.
This has attuned itself to you.
Okay. When I get that dreadful pickle, I hope that they're sweet and spicy. Grim will try to block that out by just thinking of his honoring his patron. But he feels like this power should help him. So now he wants to walk forward with this on his arm and try doing things to see if he can open the door with it, like clenching a fist and pulling back or pushing forward. Still keeping about a 15-foot distance.
Okay, so you suspect that clenching the fist of this gauntlet as well extends the bridge. Now the bridge is already extended, so obviously that's not really gonna do anything at the moment. Otherwise, nothing to speak of. Yeah, the effect. It looks like you feel like you could afflict a target, like a creature, at a range. And I can just tell you, it's an action, and it's a 60-foot range, and you can attempt to afflict a creature at that distance.
Okay. 25 feet back from that door, and he's going to activate Mage Hand and just try like pushing on it.
Nothing happens.
With a little bit of force. Nothing happens. Okay. He didn't see any traps earlier. He's going to go up and try to open the door, and he'll do that with the brass hand.
It does not open. It is sealed shut, it would seem.
Okay. He will close his eyes and grovel for pity at the door.
Okay. All right. You close your eyes. You get down groveling. That's what the engraving said.
It is.
Do you do anything else?
Well, I'm not gouging my eyes out, so.
Yeah, I'm going to throw you something here because it seems like something that Grim might do. Make an intelligence investigation check.
You know Grim better than me with that -1. 19 minus 1 is an 18.
So the door doesn't look like it just opens up automatically by itself. It looks like it truly is a door that one must physically open the door.
He's going to end the concentration on detect magic and cast guidance on himself.
Okay.
Grim, you can do this. You can do this, Grim. Grim, you can do this. He will go back up to the door, grovel, close his eyes, and push the door.
The door opens readily. When you are blind and prone, the door opens with ease. Well, it's heavy, so maybe not with ease, but it does open.
Okay.
And
Grim wants to peek when it's opening, but he doesn't peek until he knows that it's open.
Once it has opened, you notice that there is a unlit chamber ahead. You're using your dark vision to see, or are you still holding a torch?
I still have the torch with me, so I will go forward with.
Okay. You can see straight ahead of you. There is a heavy stone door. Those stone doors, they're heavy enough that they require an action and a strength check to open. If we're not pressed like in danger, then I usually hand wave that because, like you're eventually going to get it, whether the first try or the third try or whatever. But if it comes to it and it moment by moment counts, it is an action and a strength check to open those heavy stone doors.
Okay.
Otherwise, it is still and quiet ahead.
Torch in hand, he moves up. And you said nothing as of now. He's going to move up. He sees where this kind of branches off. He is going to stop right here in the middle. And then going to survey around to see if he notices anything different.
A triangular shaped room. There's an open door to the right. It's a wooden door with a small viewing slot, and it has a padlock unlocked hanging from a door hasp. And there's also this shelf, like a stone shelf over there to the northwest. Looks like it has some red candle wax on its surface.
He's going to spend another 10 minutes and ritual cast detect magic.
Your detect magic does pick up on a few things.
Okay.
The open door has faint transmutation magic.
Okay.
As well, the shelf, you can feel that there's magic in that shelf, though you don't think it's the shelf itself. It's like there's a small magical thing inside it or underneath it with a, I think it's abjuration now, with like a lesser abjuration aura.
Okay. So the shelf, something maybe inside of it with abjuration, and then the door has transmutation.
Mm-hmm.
And then the door that's directly in front, nothing?
Nothing.
Okay, so with that in mind, he'll drop the detect magic. He's going to concentrate on guidance for himself. You can do it, Grim. And then he's going to cast Mage Hand from where he's at currently and try to open that cabinet or that shelf.
It seems like on the underside of it, there's a little secret compartment. And are you sending your mage hand in there to grab the whatever's there? Okay.
Yes.
Your mage hand pulls out a potion of healing, actually.
Oh, Grim very carefully concentrating on that mage hand to bring it back to him without dropping it.
Okay.
Come to Grim.
Gingerly, the ghostly hand brings you the potion of healing.
Grim takes it, looks at it.
You give it a whiff, and it smells fine.
Okay, and then he'll pocket it. Did not see anything. He is going to bring out his pole once again, and he's going to start tapping on the floor. Again, very blind man reminisce thing. And he's going to move towards this transmutation door. I don't know how to do the ruler thing again. So he's going to move to here. He said there's a peephole.
The door itself has a viewing slot. The door is hanging open. There's a padlock hanging off of the door hasp, but the padlock's actually open. It's unlocked.
Okay.
And there's a very small room on the other side of the door. It's just a plain, small room. There's a stone statue of a man in shackles engraved with the words, "The Condemned."
He'll just kind of come over and investigate the big door over here.
Heavy stone door, pretty plain and simple. Looks like you would just shove it open, and it would take a bit of muscle to do so.
Okay. And from the spot, he's once again, he's going to recast guidance on himself, and then he's going to use Mage Hand, and he's going to try to take that lock off of the door.
Yeah, it just comes right off.
Okay.
It's just hanging there on the hasp.
Okay. It's going to take a few more steps closer. Without going into that room, can he get a close? Can he kind of visualize and see what those shackles look like?
It's actually part of the statue. It's all stone. It's just like a stone statue of a shackled man. Mm-hmm. You're actually now at 75 minutes. I think earlier I misspoke when it was at 65. So
okay,
just after that.
All right. And again, what does the inscription say of the condemned?
The Condemned.
It just says the condemned. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Grim's going to shut the door.
Okay.
And then he'll lock it.
You lock it with the padlock?
Yep.
All right. You put the padlock on there. When you do, there is a rumble on the west side of the room.
Okay.
And a section of the wall moves aside, in fact. There is some sort of secret chamber.
He'd like to go through the secret door.
Yeah, you can actually walk right in there if you want. You just imagine that section of wall is pushed aside.
Okay.
And there's a very small triangular room, which
small
appears to
indeed.
be a treasure vault. There are iron chests.
Are the iron chests locked?
They don't seem to be.
Okay. He's going to open one. We'll start with that one.
Inside is a red candle.
A red candle.
Rolled around the candle is a strip of parchment. It reads, "Light within a triangular chamber to make it a sanctuary. The candle can burn for up to 1 hour."
That's our short rest there. He'll open the second chest.
I'd like you to roll a D100, and that's going to determine what Grim finds.
16.
Not the greatest roll, but you find in there a magnifying glass.
All right.
That is the extent of it. There is nothing else in the treasure chamber. Red candle with the the little note that I put there in the chat. That seems like you could turn this room, or it really just says a triangular chamber to make it a sanctuary. The candle can burn for up to 1 hour.
Okay.
And a magnifying glass for whatever use you might be able to find for that.
Grim is going to leave a message in here in Druidic. He's going to leave a Druidic message that says, Grim was here. Long live Sakashima. So if any future Gauntlet runners appear, find the secret door, they'll know that Grim found it first.
Okay. And what do you write that in? Is it like a chalk?
Yeah, it says, see, I can leave a Druidic message. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to write that in chalk.
Okay. You chalk that in the Druidic alphabet.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Grim was here. Long live Sakashima.
Yes. and I don't think he needs a short rest right now, so he is going to go ahead and go back out, and he's going to go to that door.
Okay, since we're not really pressed for time, I'm not going to worry about actually rolling that out.
Okay.
And Grim, I think has a little bit of muscularity to him. And the door, actually it pulls this one, and you pull it, and there are stairs going up.
Grim go up. And with that, puts the shield up, torch in hand, 10-foot pole, and he'll start stabbing his way up the stairs.
All right, so help me understand. You've got a torch in one hand and a 10-foot pole in the other hand?
Yeah.
The corridor that you find yourself in is curving around towards the east, and you go prodding the ground as you move. Is that right?
Correct.
Since you are going about this in a careful way and sort of inspecting, go ahead and make a search check. Make a perception check.
That's pretty good. That is a natural 20. 25.
You notice, okay, yeah, you got it. You notice that there are two parallel horizontal slots in the wall. They run all along the south wall here. So along this curving wall, they're discreet. They're, disguised in with the masonry, but there's like a higher slot and a lower slot. They run all the way along it.
Okay, and Grim can see all of those, and they're horizontal.
Yep, horizontally. Yep.
Okay. So he would like to attempt, when he does see those, if they're high, he wants to crawl underneath.
One is higher and one is lower. Though even if you were crawling, you're not completely beneath the bottom one.
Even on the high or the low. So, like, if he wanted to go under where the high one is, you're saying that's still he wouldn't be able to roll under it.
When you say crawl, do you mean just how you are as now in your orc form?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess that would be the question: is these horizontal lines?
You wouldn't be completely under the bottom one. It's
okay.
not.
So
it's down pretty low.
Okay.
Like ankle level. The ceiling here is lower. It is an 8-foot ceiling.
He's going to use this last wild shape, and he's going to itsy bitsy spider.
There is a room ahead. You see there are a number of things, a number of chains. In the northeast corner, they don't go down too low. They're up kind of high. Okay. And in the southeast corner as well, there are chains. There is an iron door here. And then there is a stone door here. The chains reach down to like 6 feet above the floor.
Okay. 6 feet above the floor. Okay. Tiny Spider Grim is going to come down onto the floor, and he's going to just keep going forward.
Yep. The way ahead is an iron door.
Okay.
It seems quite sturdy and well sealed.
Spider Grim will come back out. He'll drop the wild shape. And then he'll go into a 10-minute ritual cast of Detect Magic once again. And he'll start scanning the areas with his Detect Magic.
Grim, you scan about the room with your Detect Magic.
Yes.
And there is something that you pick up on the other side of the stone door. So this is like going through the however many inches of stone that door is. On the other side, there is an aura of moderate enchantment magic. There is also an ever-burning flame, though that doesn't particularly, excite you, as you've seen a number of those already just for illumination purposes.
Correct.
So whatever, that's like a faint evocation, making light.
Dropping that, he will put confidence in himself by casting guidance. And then he'd like to search along the walls, kind of staying a little bit away from those chains. He wants to search along the walls looking for secret doors. See if there's any.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
That is 11 plus a d4. 12.
Nope, you don't find anything that strikes you as secretive.
He's going to come over to the stone door, and he's going to look for traps.
Let's go ahead and do a new one. The last one seemed to be general sweep of the area for secret doors. This one is specifically focusing on the door for traps.
Yes.
That seems different enough to me.
Yeah, and he will renew his guidance as he does, as he tries to self-better himself by having confidence.
Very well. Primal spirits come to your aid as you search the door intently.
That is going to be a 21.
Nothing about the door rouses your suspicion as having any kind of trap mechanism.
Okay, I'll try to open it.
The door opens readily. On the other side is a very, very tiny space, like the size of a closet. There is no floor. It is just a shaft, just a pit that drops down into darkness. It just goes down really far into darkness. On the west wall across from you, there is a glyph on the wall. You must make a wisdom saving throw as it is messing with your mind, Grim.
Damn, messed with it good. 12.
12 is not a success. Grim, a compulsion takes over you, and you drop your flail. You pull it out and you drop it down the pit.
Okay.
And it clatters at the bottom, and then you come to your senses.
When I come to my senses, or when Grim comes to his senses, he will shut the door, and then I'll try to. A lot of people don't know this about Grim, but he's very good with mathematics, and he's very familiar with that flail. So he wants to mathematically equate how far down that was, and what's the
extent of your dark vision?
120 feet.
Oh, okay. It's a 120-foot pit, a shaft that goes down very far.
That is very far.
Grim, I just realized there is something that I have forgotten, and you're not going to like it, but I have to do it because it's only fair. This is what would have happened. So this is going to be a slight retcon, and I hope that you do not hate me for this. So,
oh, goodness gracious me.
Yes, ever since that brass arm fused onto you.
Yeah, the brass arm. I forgot about that.
Every time you have cast a spell, it dealt 1 psychic damage to you.
Oh, goodness.
Every time you cast, there's like this little stab in your mind.
Okay.
Do you know how many spells you've cast since then?
Grim only can remember one because he doesn't really remember that far back.
Oh my gosh, you've cast Detect Magic in the Triangle room, and you cast it just now. You cast Guidance. I'll just do 3. I know you cast Guidance twice, but since this was my bad for forgetting, I'm gonna try to not be cruel to you.
Okay.
So Grim, you're at 12 hit points.
Okay.
So you're not doing amazing, but you're not bloodied yet.
No.
And I will say this: you have deduced just through your experimentation, and you've cast enough magic by now. Every time you cast a spell, or every time you make an attack roll, that cursed arm deals 1 psychic damage to you.
Oh, goodness. All right. Can he take it off?
It is fused to your arm.
Fused to my
arm.
I wish it was blue. Grim takes out his blue chalk and tries to color it.
All right, you scuff chalk along the brass arm.
Okay, well, that changes just about everything.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Yeah. All right. He'll come back over to this other door. When he gets to here, though, he's going to crawl over to this other door.
Okay.
He wants to stay out of reach of those chains. And when he gets there, he kind of just want to looks, kind of like maybe sits up, looks at this door, and from his perspective, if it's possible to check for traps.
Do you want to cast guidance first?
We'll hold off on that for now.
Okay.
That is a 12.
You don't notice anything.
He'll reach up and try to open it.
It does not open.
He's going to look up at the chains. Is there anything that seems, I don't know, I guess he'd be looking for something out of the ordinary.
Nothing seems out of the ordinary.
Maybe one that's got like a little bit more wear than the others.
If you would, I'm going to have you roll an investigation check. Because there's nothing really visually that is...
Okay. Yeah, that's
cluing you in.
All right, that's a 5.
Okay, you're not sure.
Okay.
You're not sure.
Okay. All right. He's going to crawl back out, and then he's going to cast Mage Hand, taking a point of damage.
Okay.
And then he's going to concentrate on that Mage Hand and try pulling those chains with it.
Very well. You send out your ghostly hand, a spell that you gained through your magic initiate feat. Perhaps your draconic mistress taught you that. And you go through the chains, and on the 9th, there's 10 of them, in fact. On the 9th chain, it pulls, and there is a sound in the door.
Again, he'll crawl back over and see if he can open it.
It opens now.
All right, I'll go through.
There is another stairwell with spiral steps going up.
All right. He will start to travel upwards then.
Sure. So you are heading up, and somewhat like before, the spiral steps, they go up quite a ways. They don't go up quite as much as the previous one. The previous one actually went up 70 feet worth. This one goes up 40 feet. So still quite a bit of steps, just not as massive as the previous. And you get to the, let's say, like the top couple steps, and you're seeing this room up here, and there are 3 skulls, devil skulls, atop pedestals. The floor is engraved, like in the middle of the room, the floor is engraved with the words, "Enter, one and all."
Grim, one of many, not one of all. They got Grim's name wrong. He will walk over to here and take a look at this one from the side.
A heavy stone slab seals off the stairway. To the north, west, and south are pedestals topped with menacing devil skulls. The jaws of the 3 skulls pop open. A mouth forms momentarily on the east wall, speaking in the voice of the Labyrinth Lord. Within each skull's mouth, you can find a chain. Pull it to move ahead in that direction. Link hands for multiple runners to move simultaneously. Now, there are not multiple runners in here, so you're imagining that if there were a squad, or if there were, if that cultist guy was saved and he was with you, that would be pertinent, but it's just you. The insides of the skulls' mouths are dark, and even your dark vision is not piercing the darkness.
All right. Grim's going to take his brass arm and stick it into the mouth of this one and see around if he can just feel a chain inside the mouth of the skull.
You do feel a chain. So you stick your hand into the jaws of the devil skull, into this this presumably magical darkness. You do feel a chain in there. You also feel a hand in there, and it's an active hand, and it's like kind of touching up against your hand.
Okay. Does it steal my brass gauntlet that I'm wearing?
Does not.
Okay, so there's a chain, and then there's also a hand?
Yeah, and not like a severed hand. I mean, it seems like there's an active hand, like somebody's hand moving around in there.
Grim looks at both of his hands and makes sure it's not his.
It's definitely not.
Okay. He's going to go over to the one to the north, and he's going to attempt the same thing.
Okay.
Using the metal hand that he has now, the one that's
very
used
well.
to him.
You reach the metal hand in there. You can feel there's some sort of substance, like a gooey substance, like a slime, and you do feel the chain amidst the slime.
So I'm going to find a chain, pull it to move ahead in that direction. He's going to take out his grappling hook, and he's going to try to connect it to the chain that's inside.
Which chain?
The one on the north, that one that's in the gooey slime.
All right, you have affixed your grappling hook to one of the chain links,
and then he's going to stand right here.
Okay, you pull, Grim, and there is a rushing sensation, and you phase right through the wall, and you find yourself in a chamber face to face with a large ochre-colored slime creature. There is a heavy, I'm sure you're delighted by that. There is a heavy stone door to the west, and please roll for initiative. This thing looks like it wants to consume you.
I'm sure it does.
Okay. The ooze has beat you on initiative. Oh no. My. Oh my. Okay, so it flows over here, and it swings reaches a slimy pseudopod out to attack you. So you don't have your shield.
I do not have my shield on, correct. So that would make my AC 16.
16, okay. Well, it rolled really low. 9 to hit. You evade it with ease.
All right. I see a door over there.
Yep. It's one of the heavy stone doors.
Okay. He will pull out his looks like we're hacking and slashing on this guy. He's gonna pull out his battle axe.
Also, just to remind you, the brass arm of affliction.
Oh, that's
you feel
right.
that it has an ability to afflict a target, and it's not casting a spell, and it's not making an attack roll, so you don't think it's going to hurt you when you use that.
Yeah. Grim is still with his other hand.
But that of course, is if you want to fight this thing, because I saw you were eyeing that door, so it's up to you.
He is going to pull out his shield.
It takes an action to equip a shield. You can pull it out, but you can't equip it yet. Okay. Unless you spend the action.
You know, that thing has been causing me some damage. Let's have some fun. Let's use the arm and see what it does.
Okay, you gesture towards the ochre jelly and clench the brass fist. Roll 2d12. This is psychic damage.
Did I do that right? 5.
You rolled terribly low, Grim. Terribly low.
I did.
The ochre jelly is making a wisdom saving throw for half damage, attempting to take half. It fails, and so it takes the full damage, but it's only 5.
It is only 5.
It's only 5. So the thing quivers a little bit, but that didn't seem to hurt it much. Sadly, your roll was not great.
Okay. All right, and then he will bonus action drink the healing potion.
Very well.
7.
Okay, so that nearly brings you to full hit points. You feel great vigor. The ochre jelly is just a nearly mindless blob. All it's trying to do is consume you. It swings for you once again. It is a 15. You narrowly avoid. Did you have some armor on?
That is correct, yes.
What's your armor? Like a hide maybe, or a leather?
I don't know if I want to tell you or not. Just kidding. Scale mail. Yeah, and they're blue scales. That's right. Yeah, because they match his dragon's.
So let's say you're wearing like some kind of drake scale armor. All right. Your bluish drake scale armor absorbs the worst of the blow, and you do not take damage from it. Back to your turn.
No repercussions from using the arm, though.
Nope.
He does it again.
You are now aware you can do that 3 times per day. You've used one of the 3.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, he is going to use his action to disengage.
All right.
And then he's going to bolt for the door, and he's going to try to open it.
with defensive movement, you go over there, make a strength check, and this is an action to try to haul open the stone door. Grim has a +1 strength, so you've got a little something.
16.
That's good. Grim, you, with great muscularity, get the door opened. And much to your dismay, the corridor to the west has yet another one of the doors.
Okay. Can he turn around and shut this one?
It's a DC 15 strength check as an action to either open or shut.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you spent all that to get it open. You'd have to do it again to shut it.
He wants to kind of use the door as a little bit of cover if he can. So if he can maybe just like move up and kind of like use the door as a little bit of...
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Partial cover?
Yeah, well, it's up to you. How much did you open the door?
Just enough to get through.
Okay, just enough to get through. All right, you squeeze through into the space, and you're using it as defensively as possible.
Yeah, Grim's been working out, so no belly.
Okay.
So he can slide through.
All right, we come to the ooze, and it slides right on through. An amorphous creature made of slime with no difficulty at all. It swings a pseudopod at you, and it is a critical hit.
Goodness gracious. Yep, that'll do.
Is this the grim demise of Grim? Well, you do have an orcish feature that keeps you from falling to 0 hit points one time, so you're probably going to be using that now. Actually, I rolled very low. That's a critical hit of 16. You are still at 2 hit points. Grim, you are badly wounded. You are acid burned, but you are not unconscious. What do you do?
All right. Yeah. So we got this thing going on. I don't know if I can pass another strength check, so we're just going to have to. We're going to try to fight our way out of this, I think. Can I tell
you don't think you
how
can do
fast?
Another strength? You don't think you can pass another strength check?
Oh, with that +1.
Yeah.
You know, and
it's a 14 or higher.
And being an action, I can't use guidance. So yeah. He's going to use another charge from the psychic thing and just try to blast this thing.
All right, roll 2d12.
8.
Your rolls, unfortunately, are just not favoring you. It fails the wisdom saving throw once again. It doesn't have a good wisdom save, but it's only 8. The thing, again, it kind of quivers a bit, but it doesn't seem like that did a substantial amount of damage.
It did not. That is correct.
No. You brace for impact. The ooze attacks once more and hits most assuredly. And this is, I think we'll just say that this is doing enough damage to knock you would be to 0, but your orcish endurance preserves you at 1 hit point.
Yes.
Does that sound right to you?
That sounds right to me. Yes.
Okay. So let's say Grim is at the edge of unconsciousness. You are wavering. You are faint, but you're not dead quite yet. What do you do now, Grim?
I didn't know I had this adrenaline. Where is this adrenaline rush coming from?
It's an orc feature. It's a bonus action. You dash and you gain 2 temporary hit points.
Okay. He's going to he's going to cast Cure Wounds on himself. That's going to be first, using a last spell slot.
Okay, so here's how this is going to work. You're going to be healing yourself while taking 1 psychic damage from the brass arm of affliction. So whatever you roll on the Cure Wounds is going to be 1
minus.
Lower.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 13, so it'll be 12.
Okay. So the Cure Wounds definitely helps. You have regained vigor.
Mm-hmm.
What's next?
And then I'm going to use that last charge from this fist.
That's an action.
No, I think he's just going to sit there and brace again.
Okay. You brace up. The slime attempts to overwhelm you, and you block it. You evade in this small space in what way you can. Back to you, Grim.
All right. Once again, he'll use this this final charge from this glove to see if he can't get himself out of this thing.
All right. 2d12 psychic damage rolled up.
All right.
Okay. Better roll that time.
13.
Yep. And the ooze gets the DC exactly. So half damage would be 6. Again, some quivers, and it clearly did not like that. But it seems to still be going fairly strong.
Okay. That's all I got.
That's all you got? Okay. Are you sure you don't want to do the what was it? The orcish.
Yeah,
endurance?
I can't take an opportunity attack if I to run away.
You don't have to dash out of its reach. You could just activate that and get the 2 temporary hit points.
Yeah, let's do that. That's a good idea. Yeah,
Okay.
He'll run around him a couple times in circles trying to make him get dizzy.
Well, you don't really have to go anywhere if you don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah. You impel your orcish instincts, and a rush of adrenaline gives you 2 temporary hit points. The slime monster who is intent on feasting upon Orc this day is relentless. It is a 14 to hit, which I believe is just under your AC.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Grim, you block the slimy blow just barely. It's your turn.
All right. I go tit for tat on this here. Grim is going to he's going to take a point of damage. He's going to true strike with his battle axe.
All right. The psychic damage pricks your mind. Maybe you go.
Yeah. 16.
The creature is very, very easy to hit, but to your horror, upon striking it, it splits into 2 oozes.
I wanted to do radiant damage with my true strike weapon.
Oh, you can do radiant damage.
Yes.
Okay. I knew there was more cunning to you than meets the eye.
That would be 8 points of radiant damage with the
Radiant,
true strike
okay.
attack. Yes.
Definitely not slashing, which cuts the monster in 2. Okay.
Correct.
The ochre jelly is bloodied now as your radiance sears away, and it kind of fizzles and bubbles a bit, slightly evaporating or partially evaporating before your very eyes. We turn back to the monster, yes?
Yep.
Okay. It attacks. Not good enough. Grim?
All right. I'll spend that last temporary hit point, I guess, to do another true strike.
All right. The Arm of Affliction is quite merciless and cruel. Go ahead and make your attack.
Grim think it piece of junk. All right. 11.
Yep. The thing is exceedingly easy to strike. You still hit.
10.
That's a good hit. That is a good hit. The creature is evaporating before your eyes, bubbling, quivering, running thin. There's not nearly as much of its substance left, though it is not felled yet. And it is going to get its turn once more. Just as long as it's not a critical hit, you should be fine. Grim, once more, for the 3rd time, your Drake scales absorb the blow of the oozy pseudopod, and you are not slain.
Grim angry. All right, takes another point of damage, so this should start going to his regular hit points now after the 2 attempts.
So that takes you down to 13 hit points, Grim.
Okay.
Grim, you pay the price, and you strike the creature once more.
11 points of radiant damage.
Oh! The creature fizzles away and is little more than just globules of defeated slime on the dungeon floor.
You ruined Grim's armor. It's dirty.
Maybe not quite as blue anymore. A bit of an ochreish tint to your armor, but you killed the slime. That was amazing.
Right. Oh, goodness gracious. That was the wrong chain to pull.
I am a little surprised you didn't inspect the west one and think about it a bit more, but that's okay.
Well, I thought it was
glorious.
Grim will pull out his shield, and then he will try to open this door.
Okay, so you get your shield strapped onto your mighty orcish arm, and with a bit of muscle power and elbow grease, you get the next stone door opened, and to your relief, there's not a third one. There's a corridor which is heading westward, then kind of bending west by southwest.
Okay. As Grim goes down the corridor, those horizontal lines that he found in that last passage, he wants to look for those intently on the side.
Okay, go ahead. Make a new perception check.
New perception.
Or actually, you know what? How about we do it this way? I think this will be... No, that's fine. You've rolled it. You don't notice anything that rouses your suspicions in this corridor, Grim. You think it is free of traps
He'll start heading down the corridor then.
Grim, you make your way, and then to the south there are some stairs ascending.
Grim go up.
Grim goes up indeed.
He'll go up to the top of the stairs. And he'll survey the room from this point.
Yep, there's a juncture of sorts. You see to the east there are some stairs that are going down. To the south there are some stairs that are going down. To the west there's another heavy stone door.
Down, stone door. He'll come to the stairs and kind of look down. Mm-hmm. And there's a door down there, it looks like?
Yes, there is.
Okay. He'll do the same for this one, kind of just coming over here, survey.
Yep, they go down to a corridor that bends back to the east.
And then last but not least, he wants to look at this door. Any features about it?
It looks very similar to the other heavy stone doors. They're very plain.
He's going to investigate this door, see if he can't find any traps. 23.
Nothing rouses your suspicions.
He'll try to open the door.
Okay, and you're at about 2 hours, just a little over, like 2 hours and 3 minutes.
Yeah.
The door opens, and on the other side, there, in fact, is another triangular chamber. It also has a stony shelf with some melted red candle wax on its surface.
Okay.
And then to the north, another stone door.
Okay. Grim would like to take his candle and place it over there and light it. And he would like to attempt to take a short rest, hoping this is a sanctuary.
Indeed. Yep, lighting the red candle will make this triangle room a sanctuary for 1 hour, so you can take a short rest.
Okay. He will spend a hit die. That should take him to max.
Grim, you conclude your short rest, and the flame on the red candle just dithers out in the little pool of melted wax, and it is spent. Okay. But it was well spent, and you've regained your hit points by spending your hit dice.
Correct. Regain hit points, adrenaline rush, and 1 use of wild shape. All on short rest.
That was a very useful short rest.
Yes. And Grim did he took out a page of his coloring book in his blue crayon, and he colored a picture. And he's going to leave it in this room. He's going to put it above where the red candle's at. So
in my mind, you have like a piece of parchment and some kind of like blue pigment that you're like finger painting with the pigment.
Yes. Yeah. That's yep, exactly. And he'll leave it here. Right.
And you leave it here, okay.
Yes.
You leave it for whatever
for the next
other fateful soul to discover.
Yes.
Okay, well, you've got about 55 or so minutes left before your time runs out in this gauntlet run, and it seems like you've come pretty far, and it's been pretty scary, but you're persevering.
Yes. Grim is going to come up to this door. He's going to take a look at it, look for traps.
No traps. It's a sanctuary type room, so nothing is really rousing your suspicion.
Okay, he'll open the door.
Reddish light fills the chamber ahead, and the architecture is as severe as ever. Scythe-shaped wall supports are holding up the ceilings, and there are sounds of people in torment. There as well are diabolic motifs painted on the wall, leering at you. The air is laced with brimstone. Muffled screams echo from the way up ahead.
Tell me about the sides again.
The wall supports are scythe-shaped.
Oh, scythe-shaped. Okay, they're not actually sides.
They're not actually scythes. No, they just have that kind of severe and curving shape to them.
Okay. Grim's going to move to here.
Yeah, you're seeing that there are 3 open archways to the south. So like there's one, there's another one there, and there's one more to the west over there. And they each have some stairs going up just when you enter through the the openings.
Grim go up, and he says it like he's asking a question. He would like to listen for the screams again. Are they continuous?
They are not continuous in the sense of like never stopping. There are muffled sounds that happen intermittently.
Can he tell which direction they might be coming from?
All of them.
All of them.
Okay. Yeah, echoing through all three of those archways to the south.
Okay. Grim is going to, again, put his shield back. He's going to take out his pole. He's just going to walk. Just a little tappy tap in front of him. Not overly cautious, just a little cautious.
Sure. We'll say this. If you come across something that could potentially be dangerous, I'll call for a perception check.
Okay. Then he is going to just kind of come out and survey.
No!
Grim is Grim number 2. Go number 2. He's going to go up the middle staircase.
Mm-hmm. Are you moving at full speed? Are you moving like sneaking?
Yeah, he is going to... actually, he's going to put his 10-foot pole back. He's going to get out his shield. In this form, he's not very stealthy, but he's going to half speed walk up these.
Okay, so you're moving around, moving as quietly as you can, even though stealth is not your forte.
Correct.
Maybe crouching at the top of the steps and looking ahead, is that right?
Yes.
There is a diabolic chamber ahead. There is a woman restrained on the rack, and there is a tiefling next to her, whispering something in the ear of the racked woman, and then the tiefling ratchets up the tightness of the rack one step more. Ah! The woman shrieks.
Grim's going to go back down the stairs, and then he's going to do the same. He's going to come over and take a look at these other ones over here. And he's going to go up and kind of peek over the top of these.
Another chamber of horrors. This time there is a wheel. It's a rather large apparatus, an iron wheel. And there is a man who is chained to the wheel, bound to it. And a tiefling is rotating the wheel slowly. And at the like underneath the wheel, there's a bed of flames and hot coals.
Time for another singe. Ah!
Grim gets the hell out of that one as well. And now he's going to come over to the first one and cautiously go up to the top of these stairs and kind of just peek into this one.
You see in this torture chamber, there is a man who is suspended with his arms bound by chains, and there's chains wrapping around his legs. He's suspended there. An imp is tormenting him. It is a human man. He has blonde hair. The others that you've seen captive here, the other like runners who are captured here and in torment, they all look like they were condemned criminals. This one doesn't immediately strike you as that. Now, you never know. He could have some deep, dark secret, but he actually strikes you more as like, he looks priestly to you.
Okay.
The clothing he's wearing literally are like cleric vestments. Now they're like ripped and disheveled, and his holy symbols nowhere to be found. And this imp is taking these like weighted hooks and like sinking the hook weights into the chained man suspended.
Oh, surely you can handle another one.
The man grits his teeth and tries to bear through the suffering.
Okay. And just to verify, this metal arm thing didn't recharge any on a short rest?
Did not. Those are going to recharge once per day at nightfall.
Okay, so Grim will take a long rest here. Oh, just kidding. Okay.
Good luck. There is an exit to the south. You can see. All three of these torture chambers seem to have exits to the south.
Okay, and that's an imp, you said.
It is, and the little imp is gonna go fly now to go pick up another weighted hook. Why don't you make a stealth check, Grim?
Okay.
I have just another one here. One of my favorites. I call this
Natural
one
20 and a natural 1.
the Scorpion. What?
And the imp pokes its head out right there and sees that there is a orc wearing blue scale mail and a shield having come just up the steps.
Oh, coming to join, are you?
And I'll give you one quick response. What would you say?
I'd like to starry blast him right in the face.
Okay, we'll roll for initiative then. All right. The nimble imp much exceeds your initiative roll, and it grins at you with much malevolence. And first of all, he shouts down to the south,
Rastor, you'll want to see this.
and then he will flutter over to you with a scorpion-like stinger. It is a 19 to hit.
19 will hit, for sure.
All right, there is 7 piercing damage, and make a Constitution saving throw against poison.
Oh, that's not good. That's an 11.
11 is exactly what you needed. You take half of the poison damage. The venom, instead of dealing 13, does 6, reducing you to 6, and you are bloodied now in a greatly pained state with imp venom running through you. The chained man looks at you and he says, no.
I'll shout out to the chain man if he has any healing abilities.
Not in this state.
We got the big guy coming. And you said I can see a door at the far end.
There is a corridor to the south leading out of this chamber.
Okay. I'm going to wild shape into a panther.
You don a panther-like form, and I believe you gain 2 temporary hit points when you wild shape. I just read that.
Yes, for level 2, 2 temporary hit points. Wild shaping into that form is a bonus action. I'm going to use an action to disengage, and then I'm going to use the panther's speed of 50 feet to move.
With panther swiftness, you stride across the chamber. You see to the west right there, there is an opening that seems to connect to the central torture chamber.
Okay.
However, the opening is filled with chains. It's like a chain barrier.
Okay.
So there would be some difficulty getting through that chain barrier if one tries to slip through it. The imp seems impressed by this challenge and that you've turned into a panther. And he goes flapping towards you on bat-like wings and will sting at you once more. The imp's stinger flashes. Is a 12 to hit?
12. No, armor class 13 on a panther.
Wow, okay. So the stinger will say, it kind of pokes at you a bit, but your panthery fur prevents it from actually going into you and injecting the venom. You hear the sound of metallic boots and someone moving with, with an amount of expediency. And the sounds of the boot steps are getting a little closer. You hear a single syllable infernal utterance and some sort of like a magical noise. And appearing there.
Oh, he's coming from that way.
Yep, appearing out of thin air is Rastor. He grins and draws a spiked iron chain, a long spiked iron chain.
Where do you think you're going, cat?
He's not a cat. He is an orc. Let's bind him up.
I'll say,
Grim the
I
Panther.
told you that Joe sent me. Call out the imp.
Joe, Spider, Panther, What is this?
I'm the new guy, and I'm tired of this. There's got to be some laws about this stuff, the way you're treating me today.
I'm going to give him a new insight check. And he has rolled rather low. Rastor says to the imp,
Do you mean to say that this talking panther was an orc before?
Yes, I swear it.
And Panther, you claim that you're the spider from before?
I am. Remember, you threw me in the Iron Maiden with that guy.
Well then, new thrall, I say that it is time we get you outfitted with your proper cell, your staying place, as you will become a fixture here in Algophobia.
And he claims that he is going to now be escorting you to where you are going to be dwelling as one of the tormentors of Algophobia.
Oh, so I would actually where he puts me where I would work to torment other people.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I have to think about this.
Well, we're kind of in the heat of things. So, what would Grimm's instinct be? Would it
Grimm's
be like,
instinct is that he's
do
not.
you want to go along with it and accept this devil as your master? Or do you want to try to bluff him in another way?
Yeah, he's trying to bluff him. He says, "Okay, right. Let me go get my things first."
Okay, so I'll say this: since you've kind of pulled off this ruse, let's say you've stalled them out. Okay, so I'm gonna let you do. I'll let you move without opportunity attacks on this turn. They're kind of like stalled from seeing you as a threat, and you actually haven't even attacked the imp, right? Did you attack the imp?
That is correct. I did not attack the imp.
You didn't. Yeah, you didn't attack the imp. Okay.
Just
All
ran.
right, so we'll say it's your turn, and your movement's not going to provoke because they're currently bluffed by you.
Okay. All right. What is holding up that priest?
He is suspended by those chains.
Okay. All right. Well, that dude's just. Yeah, I don't have any hope for him. I can't take on the big guy. I don't have anything left. Now those chains again. You said. Yeah, I can tell they go into the next room.
Yeah, the chain bearer that would go into the room with the rack.
And now you also describe them as they look tricky to get through. Is that correct?
Yeah, you might need to do a little bit of agile maneuvering to get through them.
All right. Well, because I know those guys.
It doesn't take up an action. It's just something we check as you attempt to move through them.
All right, we're gonna try it. So there's first 15 feet of movement.
Yep, +5. Think of it kind of like difficult terrain. So you've used up 20. Make a dexterity acrobatics check.
15.
Success.
All right.
So you slip through the chains.
Okay. So that's 20 feet of movement.
Are you sure that's the right way?
Yeah. Is there anyone in this room?
There is a woman on the rack, and then there is a tiefling just east of the rack table who is like the torturer.
I'll move 30 feet. And then I'm going to growl at that woman.
What is this?
I'll use an action to... I have 30 feet of movement. There's 30 feet of 50 action to dash. Mm-hmm. So I'll go to the door. Is that a door?
It is another chain barrier.
Okay. So there's 30 feet, 20 more feet of movement on the dash. I'll try to go through it.
Yep, so just move into the chain space, and that will take up like 10 feet of movement, and then make another dexterity check.
Oh, 10.
That's exactly what you needed. You come into a chamber to the south, and you see that there is a table here, which looks to have wooden figurines and model terrain of a city street. And then this table here actually has skulls on it, and they're painted skulls. And there are like shackles on the wall and chains draped everywhere and a brazier of reddish flames. And then there's a door to the south that is engraved with an icon of exit. It has like that exit stair icon on it.
He's going for the exit!
The torturer, the tiefling torturer, shouts out,
Master! What was that cat?
There's something strange about it.
They are getting quite suspicious of you.
I'll yell back that Joe told me to check on things. He says too many people are escaping, and you guys are too slow.
Your ruse is skating on thin ice, but for the moment, they are going to watch and observe you. They're not actively attacking. So this tiefling comes and is like watching you through the chains, and then the imp. Well, I guess you just hear the flapping of wings with the imp. As for Rastor, well, he is a different matter altogether. You hear his spiked metal boots trotting in that corridor, and then with a misty puff, he appears right there.
Wait. Not so fast, cat.
He looks like he does not want you to move any further, and he's like, he's got his chain kind of whirling. He's not attacking you, but he has it ready. Your turn, Grim.
Grim will say exactly what they thought. They said the way out of here was so easy that even you could do it. I don't believe them. They said, oh, yeah, Rastor, he can figure out the skulls and the map. And he can open the exit. We need to change things. I'm like, no, I don't think so.
Make a deception check.
Oh, I suck at deception. But that's the way I am going. Talking Panther for 12.
All right, 12 to 12. So it's a tie, which means the situation stays the same. There's no change to it. So he was bluffed and continues to be bluffed.
I will not have them doubting me in my own domain. Come with me. We are going to speak to this worm-tongued, maggot-brained Joe now and settle the score.
It's about damn time you listen to me.
He opens the exit door, and he leads you out into a hallway, and there is two ways to go. There are stairs that are like leading up and out of the dungeon, and then there's like a locked door to the left, and Rastor like gets out a key and like unlocks that door.
Let's go.
And like is like menacingly heading down that corridor
towards the door.
He unlocks the door and heads in like a side door to the left. And so it's like you can go with him or you can just run up those steps.
I'm going up the steps.
You bolt up the steps, Grim the Panther, and you go up and up, and you come into a room where the Labyrinth Lord is waiting. Impressive. Impressive. I can hardly believe what I just beheld. Well done, Grim. And Grim, you are greeted as a victor in algophobia.
Holy wow. Well done, Nesper. Holy smokes.
You gain 600 experience points, Grim. That's enough to get you to 3rd level.
Oh my goodness gracious. That's awesome.
Well done, man. Wally, well done. There was many moments where I'm like, oh no, what's gonna happen here? But,
That was well ran. I felt pretty confident for a while, and then I'm just like, man, how freaking big is this place?
It's pretty big. Yeah. It's a pretty big, brutal one.
Yeah. I felt the tides turning with the penalty of the brass arm and with the ochre jelly. Those were the two turning points where I didn't think I was going to make it.
Yeah. Those were pretty brutal. You got the bridge out, and I'm like, cool. He got the bridge without running afoul of the cursed arm. Cool. But then you go back and you put on the cursed arm. Like,
I got to do things the hard way. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was awesome.
Wally, thank you so much for playing. This was very exhilarating, and I'm very happy to see that Grim pulled off a win in the end.
My palms are sweaty.
I'm sure they are.
I didn't think I was going to make it.
Your paws are sweaty.
Yes. Grim, you can't tell in Panther form, but yeah, Grim was sweating. That was awesome.
Well, that's what I hope for with Gauntlet Runner, to keep people on the edge of their seat. So
Yeah.
well done, and hope to see you back in the next competition whenever Dungeon 4 comes around.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you for having me, and congrats on the Kickstarter. Awesome.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. My pleasure. It's always great to have you. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. May your adventures be many.